Come on, come all. It is SuperMegaCast, and we are back. This is the 16th episode, and it is it's September 1st.
So, there is a big topic that has just dropped as of today.
Little bombshell that just...
Yeah, and it's not technically new. Well, part of it is, and the actions being taken are new.
It's worth to talk about, though.
It's the YouTube terms of service stuff. Regarding demonetization of videos. So basically,
as a lot of you have probably heard, what YouTube has started doing is, as of I think the 31st of August, I believe they started to...
Of 2016.
Of 2016, and after Christ. YouTube has started demonetizing videos that are, quotes, that are
not advertiser friendly.
Not advertiser
non-friendly.
Unfriendly, yeah.
Whatever the term is.
So basically YouTube has dropped this bombshell saying that, listen up, if your content is not advertiser friendly, we're not going to let you monetize it. Which, to a lot of people that, don't work on YouTube, most viewers that don't, make YouTube videos, they're like, okay, well, what's the big deal? Why should I care about this?
And you can even go as far to even say, this stuff has been in the terms of service for a while now. Why is it now getting the attention that it's getting?
It's out of the blue. YouTube suddenly started enforcing it, and then on top of that, just announced publicly oh yeah, we're doing this, by the way. We're starting now, and it's got people really freaked out for several reasons. Mainly because the biggest thing is it's a form of it's not exactly censorship. It is censorship, but it's because
you can't really complain freedom of speech because that deals with the government infringing on your rights of freedom of speech, and YouTube is a business, so technically it's not really infringing on that right. It's just as a company making decisions that are beneficial to that certain company and the money it brings in for itself.
And you can still upload, here's the thing, you can still upload videos about, controversial subjects or whatever, but YouTube's just saying, okay, well, you can't monetize them. They're not advertiser friendly, so you can't make money off of them.
And some of the reasons have been listed, vulgar language.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up so I can read off. Here's the list of, the content that is quote-unquote considered inappropriate for advertising. Just going to go down the list here. Sexually suggestive content, including partial nudity and sexual humor.
I get the nudity thing, but sexual humor, pretty much every popular...
It's open-ended.
Anything.
It's open-ended. It's very general.
Open-ended.
And as you will notice as I go down this list, these are very general and bland statements, and we will make a point addressing that after we go through these points. The next one is violence, including display of serious injury and events relating to violent extremism. Now, that could be, gang violence, regular murder violence that you see on Live Leak, but that could also deal with discussing or newsreel showing topics such as ISIS, extremism, or any other type of widespread extremism linked with terror.
Yeah.
And then we have inappropriate language, including harassment, swearing, and vulgar language, which every YouTube channel is breaking. And here's the thing. They're not taking action on every channel on YouTube. They haven't really been enforcing this to the T.
Yeah, and if they want this as a solid term of service, then why are they only enforcing it on certain people who they seem to not like?
Yeah. And then another one is promotion of drugs and regulated substances, including selling, use, and abuse of such items. Sure, that's okay. You don't want to promote certain types of drugs or whatever.
You're not gonna make a YouTube video hey guys, I'm selling drugs.
Here's how to make heroin, which I'm pretty sure that's out there. Yeah, it's definitely out there. Or how to obtain heroin. Blah blah blah.
How to make meth.
Oh yeah, the fun Breaking Bad quandary.
Shake and bake.
And now this is the one that I believe was either recently added, or if if this last point was actually addressed earlier in the TOS, it still holds as the big one, and the one that I find, and I believe that Matt will also finds more problematic. It's content that is considered inappropriate for advertising are controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. Controversial or sensitive subject matter.
Subjective. That's all subjective.
Very, very open-ended and very, very general.
And so that's the big scary one, because basically controversial subjects, things that are controversial, they can be completely subjective on who they're controversial to. You know, who is sensitive to what topics.
As we've seen on Twitter recently, I don't agree with this person that they banned, but they did ban him for having a difference of opinion. Not just having a difference of opinion, but voicing his opinion, whether it be obnoxious or not. It's Twitter with Milo Yiannopoulos. I believe, honestly, that it was wrong to permanently ban him. I do not agree with what he said. I thought it was stupid what he said and dumb. But if we are to hold up the kind of facade of freedom of speech, then why are people such as the Westboro Baptist Church in line on Vine and stuff like that? I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but like, why do they have their own Vine? Why do they have their own socials? Like, oh, but because they're protected by freedom of speech, and it's their religious right. But yeah, but if I don't agree with it, then shouldn't it go away? Or if a big head corpse somewhere doesn't agree with it, then shouldn't it go away? Of course it shouldn't go away. It's freedom of speech. It's disgusting, no matter what side you might be on. But the fact of the matter is that people have the right to express their opinions, whether you believe or deem them wrong or not.
Right. And I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about the internet is it's kind of a place where, you know, it doesn't matter where you're from, unless you're from, like, you know, China or North Korea, where you can, you know, the internet's like a big open, you know, field where you can go and express your opinions, even if they're different from people, and you can, you know, share your thoughts, your opinions, because it's a massive, you know, free platform for people to do that.
And that's one of the big problems right there, is that Twitter and YouTube are now socially, in this technological age of internet, you know, this is the internet boom, is that these main sources of people expressing their speech and stuff, it is being tampered with. It is.
And you know, it's not like it's the government doing it, but it's these massive corporate. I sound like a conspiracy theorist. It's these massive, you know, internet moguls that, you know, control like the online entertainment industry, that are basically, you know, saying like, okay, you said this, we don't like that, and I believe that, okay, you know, if you're legitimately saying something that is like out of hatred, and you're saying something that is invoking other people to commit acts of hatred or violence, then maybe that probably should be taken down. But when people are expressing their opinions and voices, and just because someone high up in Twitter or YouTube doesn't agree with your opinions, whatever they are, they should not be, you know, taken down.
Not to mention also the hypocrisy that's going on. You know, Google protested against SOPA, and which had the guidelines basically saying certain sites would be at fault for its uploaders or community uploaders, you know, just regular people, from their consumers' actions. And that was a very broad point, and it would have the ability for them to take down YouTube or other websites, depending on, you know, oh, I didn't agree with this. So like YouTube and, you know, well, Google and other websites became very scared of this general statement that could, you know, really affect their business. And now they're enacting, or at least they have enacted, and now it's coming to light, these very bland uses of silencing people, or at least maybe they're not banning them yet, but they are
taking like baby steps towards that.
Yeah, they are taking away the ability for them to monetize their videos. And since a lot of people have now made this a form of income and a job or career, it's very detrimental to content creators, or it could get very detrimental.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, these gradual, because this is not the first time in the past, you know, half a year that YouTube terms of service have been something widely talked about, because this is not the first time YouTube has recently changed their terms of service to something that people have not agreed with. And it's like they're slowly doing it more and more and more to things that people don't like. And earlier today, they said, this isn't a new policy. It's just making it easier to see if you do get a video flagged and demonetized, why it happened, which I didn't know that was an issue before this.
Yeah.
They said in quotes, our policy of demonetizing videos that are not advertiser friendly has not changed. They said they're, always working to improve monetization and everything and help partners build strong businesses on YouTube. They're doing all they can to address frustration that they hear from partners. And the big thing is they're saying it's helping people know why their videos are demonetized. But I didn't know that was a common problem of YouTubers having their videos just demonetized and like, why did this get demonetized? I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, and talking about them trying to calm down people's frustrations, I feel like they're doing the opposite. Philip DeFranco has the Philip DeFranco Show, Philly D, and he said as of now about over 40 of his videos have been demonetized, and he's actually addressed them, and some of them have been, what looks like to have been demonetized for false reasonings, and you would assume that, these are bots doing it, with tagging or due to the subject matter in the video. And YouTube is not willing to relinquish the claim that the bots have made, the final ruling, I guess, that they have made on his videos. So when you would pretty much almost kind of like feel like a company should be going out of its way to kind of, hose down the fire, to not fuel it, they are fueling it. They are not taking the proper steps to kind of suppress people's anxiety about this decision. And I feel like being vocal about it is important because it's important for them to talk about it honestly and not so generally, just as something that had almost affected them might have ruined their business. Why are they letting something so general potentially affect the business of the people that have brought them so much success?
Yeah. And absolutely. And I remember like the first I heard about this was a few weeks ago. I remember hearing something that if you had the word ISIS in your video title, description, or tags, your video would not be able to be monetized. And so this was the first I've ever heard of people's videos not being monetized because of like any sort of reason. So, which I think this is dumb, because if you have ISIS in your video title, it's probably because you're reporting some sort of news or discussing ISIS. ISIS is not going on YouTube and making recruiting videos like, hey guys, come join ISIS.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ISIS.
We also have a gaming channel, ISIS Plays.
We also have a makeup channel.
And an unboxing channel. So basically, like right now, I just saw on Twitter that Scarce had several of his videos demonetized because like the titles were about the whole Marina Joyce thing. Remember when the whole Marina Joyce scandal happened and there was the speculation like, what if there's the whole thing, she's been kidnapped by ISIS and being forced to make these videos. Kind of a silly idea, but just because he had the word ISIS in his description and title, they said that your videos are not approved for monetization. And then one of his other ones was Kid Trick Shots at McDonald's, FaZe Rain Responds, PewDiePie versus Ask a Gangsta. That was demonetized. And then I think one of the most shocking ones that was demonetized was Philip DeFranco. What was the title of the video? It was let me find it. Hold on. The title of the video was Leaked Video of SJW Losing It, Blows Up in Her Face. Now, this may be coincidental, but Matt, I think you were about to bring up the fact that just like Twitter, there seems to be maybe a slippery slope kind of deal going on, even though that term gets eyes rolling and gets people all huffy and puffy, but it does exist. Like, here's what I'm saying, is basically, the people like YouTube and Twitter are known for being very big social justice advocates.
Well, at least now they're coming out to be, especially Twitter with their new what's it called? It's their
Council of Elders.
Yeah, they're whatever it is,
led by Anita Sarkeesian.
Has Anita Sarkeesian in it. So can we just point that out real quick, that it has social justice warriors, nothing wrong, fight for the cause, whatever, but they're in charge of people's legitimacy on Twitter, their verification, their overall legitimacy in the public eye and the entertainment they produce. That is very troubling.
And here's the thing. So basically, you are completely entitled and allowed to be a social justice warrior. If those are your opinions, I will respect that, and you can absolutely, fight for whatever cause you want. The thing is, though, once people start, when the people that hold certain ideals and values manage these companies like YouTube or Twitter, and they have these very strong opinions that they believe are the absolute right opinion. And even if they are the well, there's no such thing as a right opinion, but even if they are the correct side of
the
whatever.
ethical correct
right. That still does not give them the right to hush and take baby steps at silencing and censoring other people's content that they don't agree with. This was a video of an SJW, having something blow up in her face, like an SJW fail or something, and that was demonetized. And seeing something like that, it would be different if all the videos had been things like, if we had been seeing videos getting demonetized that were videos that actually, it was like videos of like gang fights or videos that had partial nudity and stuff like that, I would have no problem with, because
go to LiveLeak for that.
Yeah,
that site's open for it.
But the thing is, YouTube, what is YouTube's slogan? It's broadcast yourself. It's not broadcast our opinions, it's broadcast yourself. And everyone has different opinions on things, whether you like it or not. Everyone has different opinions. Some people have shitty opinions, and some people have, opinions that they think are right, and everyone else has a wrong opinion. And when the people that have that mindset of our opinion is the correct one, everyone else's opinion is wrong, incorrect, that's when it gets troubling, because then they start to, like we're saying, they're not removing these videos. They're not.
Yeah,
but
we'll
it is that slippery slope of people get used to this. Like, they're like, okay, well, after a while, people get used to them demonetizing things. And basically, here's the big thing: them demonetizing it is just a massive, almost passive aggressive, not even passive aggressive, but it's a massive push to make sure people don't make videos about these topics. That's all it is. Because it's like, oh, well, if I make a video about this topic, I have the potential of it not being monetized. And with a website like YouTube, where so many thousands of people depend on this website for income and revenue, it's like, okay, well, I can't make revenue if I talk about this topic. So yeah, it is censoring. And people that say it's not censoring, I think that they're wrong, because it absolutely is a form of censoring. Even on a small scale, it stretches out to be something much bigger over time.
And can you say that, well, YouTube, it won't get to that, terrible outcome, but it's like YouTube, if you haven't noticed, has always been farming its creators to upload videos of a certain type.
Yep.
There was the big push of anti-animation that I remember just freaked people out. There was that whole thing where the algorithm didn't support it. And then, people moved on from that, and then it was videos of longer content are given, privilege. And it's like, so those are Let's Plays. So you see where biases have taken effect due to monetary instances, affecting YouTube's ad revenue, stuff like that. So it's not a weird thing to think about of how they will herd and cattle its users to act a certain way and to push out a certain type of content that they see fitting for their advertisers.
It's that kind of gradual, it's like that molding, saying like, okay, we're not forcing you to do this, but if you want to make money, you kind of have to do this.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like YouTube has always, there's always been a lot of bullshit with YouTube's everything regarding YouTube and advertisers, because like Ryan was saying, the YouTube algorithm, which if you don't know about that, basically YouTube has an algorithm that promotes different videos and allows people to get big, and it gives people's videos exposure based on certain factors like video length and stuff, because YouTube wants longer videos because they can put more ads on those videos. So what that did originally was, YouTube, when it first started, was there was such a big variety of videos you see. And basically what happened was, they're like, okay, well, we can't make a lot of money on these small videos. And they changed the algorithm, partially because it used to be based on views, so you would get money based on views, and people would upload like 2-second videos, and
then
get a shit ton
went
of
to
money.
retention.
Right, yeah, they moved it over to retention rates. And once they did that, they're like, okay, well, what gets the most, like, what did people watch the longest? And of course, it was videos like Let's Plays and stuff like that. So, because people will sit down and watch a video for a long time. And when they do that, YouTube's like, oh, we can put ads, multiple ads on this. So then basically, they change the algorithm more and more over time, making it worse and worse for, you know, people trying to be creative and shit. So it's basically, unless you're making like 20-minute videos every like twice a day, every day, you're going to have a real hard time being successful on YouTube. So,
well, I mean, that's why Kids with Problems is where it is and why SuperMega is where it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, we didn't jump, we didn't jump ship. We moved to something that we would have a good time doing, and that would be a better use of our time.
Right. Do not get the idea that we started this channel specifically because, do not get the idea at all that we started this channel because we wanted to match YouTube's algorithm. And we're like, I guess we got to make Let's Plays. We genuinely love making SuperMega, and we love the videos that we produce. We love making this content for you guys.
But at the same time, it pushed kids with the type of content Kids with Problems produced into
YouTube's algorithm
into
was
the
just
hole.
like, yeah.
So I mean, we had to think of a way. What content can we produce?
Right,
and of course, the shining sign is Let's Plays. And since you and I already like games, we may not be good at them, but you and I have a lot of fucking memories, and a lot of our past is hooked up to video games. Just because me being the lonely child and you being the fucking idiot, I'm sorry.
And then on top of that, it's also not only that, but we already had a large presence in the gaming community on YouTube, and we knew so many people. We were friends with so many people within the gaming community. It was kind of like, you know, a no-brainer. It's like, well, why don't we?
We had a lot of people talk to us and definitely say this is a good, this would be a good move for y'all. Y'all still get to make content, and I want to start making more live action stuff.
Absolutely. Basically, we have this channel. We've had a lot less varying content recently in the last month, and that is it is not because we're getting lazy or anything. It is specifically because, as you know, a month ago, we started working for Game Grumps, and right now we are the managers of technically 5 channels, 5 big channels, and that is a lot of work. So we have not had as much time to dedicate to making, you know, things like live action and you know, other projects for the channel. But we're becoming more and more backlogged now, and we have a lot of things planned. We're going to get a lot more into doing live action for the channel and more stuff for you guys. So don't worry, there's gonna be a lot more stuff besides just game commentary.
Yeah, and you know, we always promise a lot of stuff, and it may take a while to deliver, but we will deliver.
We will deliver.
The point of the fact is, it's like, this is a time thing. Time moves really fast, but unfortunately, the time that moves fast is a long fucking extent of time. And again, it's going to take a while to get these things up and running. It's going to take a while in certain aspects to get certain shows up and running, to get certain types of content up and running that we want. But SuperMega is a continually transforming thing. We are constantly coming up with ideas, trying to work on it, and those ideas are not going to be just left in the dark because I'm going to be honest. I don't want to only do Let's Plays.
Oh,
it's
no,
fun, but I want to do what I came to LA and what inspired me to come out here, and what you were inspired to eventually just kind of make your move out here as well, is to make fun, enjoyable content of your type of humor in a sketch type of form or in a live action type of form, because I feel like our sense of humor, I'm not saying it translates better, but you and I definitely have a different feel. It's a different type of connection we have with creating a sketch or a vlog type video than it is sitting down and having fun with a video game.
Right. And we know that you guys, we know that for the most part, most of you guys love, you know, gaming content and stuff. And we're glad that you like that because we like producing as well. But like Ryan said, we, you know, creating gaming videos it's a passion of ours, but we want to do so much more than that. And we have been busy, yes, but we like Ryan said, yeah, we have a lot of shit on the way that we have been promising, but
it's time.
Yeah, it's all about time. And still, talking about time, we're still a super new channel. We've been doing SuperMega since
We've been doing it since April. So April, May, June, July, August, almost 5 months.
Yeah, so we're still not even half a year old. And on that note, we would like to say, holy shit, thank you guys for the support you've given us.
I know.
5 months, watching how far we've come. Just in the last 5 months with this channel, we're coming up on 100,000 subscribers now. Within the next,
within the next month or so, we may hit it, which is
so
exciting.
That's astronomical, guys. Thank you so much. You do not your appreciation for our channel does not go unnoticed. Even we love to joke around and shit on you guys and make comments about you guys, but at the end of the day, it's all in good taste. We love you guys. You are a fantastic fan base. And we couldn't be more thankful for your viewership and your comments. Well, some of your comments. Yeah,
I'm starting to read the comments a little less. I still go in and read them, but
they make me a little sad sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they hurt my feelings.
I'm not saying we're being bullied off of reading comments. It's just
the bigger you get, you start to get more people that dislike you.
And no matter what, even if it's just block out the negative voices. Okay, I'm going to block them out, and I'm going to pay attention to the people that actually like the content, and those people will always show up, no matter what, depending on, if I turn out to be a serial killer or not.
Huh?
Hopefully if I do, if the judge, and the...
Yeah, that's we're going to address this in next week's podcast,
yeah,
but yeah.
If my quadruple-duple homicide...
You're being convicted for a quadruple-duple homicide?
Yeah. But yeah,
but the people that appreciate our content, you do not go unnoticed by us.
And we're not saying if you hate our content, we hate you. Do whatever you want, whatever you want.
You're entitled to your opinion,
but don't stick around just to be an asshole. Move on and do something or watch something that you will actually get something out of. Because here's the thing: people that hate on the content, it's a waste of your time
if they keep coming back.
It's just a waste of the time, and there's other stuff that is better for them to focus on. And there's always going to be haters, and yes, that's true. I just really, I don't know. I guess I'm just confused by the general concept of it because, for example, I was talking about this when we were in a drive-thru for Taco Bell. Now sponsored by Taco Bell. Anyways, for example, with TV shows. There have been TV shows that I have quit watching. I loved them, and then the season started getting, whatever, and I dropped it. I didn't go to forums and complain. I didn't continuously watch the show every weeknight on Sunday. I just stopped watching it, and I moved my time over to something more worth it. And I'm honestly speaking here, we are not a good use of your time if all you're doing is pointing out negative things. Critiquing is another thing. But if you're just being a negative Nancy little person, little negative Nancy, we are not worth your time. Stop watching us. Please go watch something that you like, because we don't want to
waste your time.
We don't want to waste your time, and it just kind of gets taxing after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just kind of confuses me, honestly. It's just confusing when people seeing the same people complain over and over again. It's okay, why? Well, you don't need to watch us. It's no one's making you watch us. And, like we talked about earlier, you're entitled to your opinion of not liking us. We get it. We're goofy Let's Players. You don't have to like us.
Assholes, and we deserve to be burnt at the stake.
We're gross little sellouts for that sweet YouTube money. We get it if you don't like our channel. I just get confused overall by people that continue to complain. And I see that on a lot of other channels. I see people just complain and complain and complain when at the end of the day it's just a YouTube channel. If you don't like it, who gives a fuck? Go outside. Go watch a different. There are.
I think you and I know what you're talking about, but it's that kind of just here's the truth. You and I have seen a lot of terrible shit online. We go out of our way, live leak, best gore, you name it. We've seen fucked up shit, and we've seen that there are bigger things to complain about in the world.
You can't talk about that, Ryan. They're going to demonetize this video.
Oh yeah. Well, we complain about little tiny stuff, but when you do it to us, we don't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go home.
You're stupid.
Yeah. You may have.
Anyway, Ryan and I, we've been on this soapbox for a little while. We're both stepping off the soapbox, and Ryan, I'm opening it up. Hold on. What is this? Oh, dude, it's a Segway inside the soapbox.
What? Pull it out! Holy shit!
Get on!
Here we go! Oh boy! Howdy, where are we?
What do you want to talk about? Just riding it around. Let's talk about skateboarding, Ryan. Let's talk about fucking skateboarding.
I used to skateboard. I used to do some fucking sick ollies. I never grinded.
No.
Like, I could never grind. But I did ollies. I could do ollies. That's one thing I could do.
I couldn't do an ollie, and I always grinded. So if you put our skills together, we would have been a marginal skateboarder.
We would have been the Tony Hawk of our generation. Skateboarding's out of fashion, right?
Yeah, it's actually funny. It was like an art form in a way that, you know, was so popular during the mid 90s and shit, and then just
it originated from surf culture, didn't it?
Yeah, it just died though. So, like skateboarding, back in like the 90s and stuff, skateboarding was like everyone had sponsors. It was huge. It was all over TV and shit. Like
the video games made money.
Everybody knew like who famous skateboarders were, and then they just fucking dropped off the face of the earth. Like I got an Uber a couple months ago. And my Uber driver was telling me about how in the 90s he was a professional skateboarder, that he knew Tony Hawk and Bam, and he used to skate with like Spike Jones and stuff.
This is an Uber driver, so you know.
Yeah, but that shows what he teaches high school now, so that kind of shows what happened with skateboarding. But I don't know. It was a really interesting culture. But talking about skateboarding, when I was in middle school, I certainly was into skateboarding myself. And I used to go to my friend's house, my friend Josh, and we would bust out our boards and have a little fun in his driveway. Like I would, you know,
it was a pool parking lot. Yeah,
I would do a manual, and I would go up a ramp and go down a ramp. I was pretty good.
Ooh,
yeah.
You know what I like doing?
What?
Getting someone on my electric scooter after it was repaired, because we did repair it after that great crash.
The great crash of 2001.
Whenever it was. Not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, not the other great crash of 2001 you might be thinking of.
After I got my scooter repaired and all that bullshit, just take like a rope or something, hang on to the back with your skateboard. It was a fun time.
Oh, and someone would pull you. You know what I did? Was I had a longboard, which I actually, even still now, I don't have one in California, but I still enjoy longboarding.
There's a very popular Rocket Power episode about longboarding versus skateboarding and all that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I like longboarding. It's just very casual. It's fun, you know, putting in headphones and then just kind of like cruising around some smooth pavement.
I want an electric longboard.
An electric longboard? What?
Yeah.
They make those?
Yeah. They're pretty much the electric skateboards, except, you know, longer.
Oh, those kids and their electric skateboards. But I used to get on a longboard, and I had a golden retriever named Casey. I love you, Casey. And I love you too, Casey. And
help, I'm suffering.
No. And basically, I would put him on his leash, and then he would just pull me around the neighborhood.
Casey's not a boy's name.
Yeah, it is. It's a unisex name.
Ew!
Dude, my biggest YouTube rival in 6th grade was when I first started doing
Casey Anthony.
YouTube. No, not Casey Anthony. While she is, I do have some personal rivalries with her. My personal YouTube rival was this kid named Casey that was in my visual arts class in middle school, and we both made YouTube videos on our really old channels, and we always were like feuding about who was copying one another. And God, I remember one time, like, I called him on the phone after school. We had like a call, and I was like, "Stop copying me!" And we got in this big fight and stuff. And he's like, "I don't want to be your friend anymore." And like YouTube was just tearing us apart. It was crazy. But wait, funny story about Casey. Casey, if you're listening, I think you'll enjoy this, because I was going through my laptop last night, and I had a lot of old. I stumbled upon an old Dropbox folder I had that was just nothing but stuff from like 2009. I almost said 29. 2009, 2010, 2011. And it was, I found this rap song Casey had made. And Casey was this little white kid that liked skateboarding and making YouTube videos and magic tricks.
White. Vanilla. Disgusting. I do not like the vanilla bros.
Ew, gross. Vanilla people. But basically, Casey made this like
so bland.
I got to show you, Ryan. Casey made a rap song, like not a joking one. He made like a serious hard rap song with his brother, and it is, no offense, Casey, it is absolutely awful. I showed Chris, and Chris was just like, we're laughing our asses off at it. And Chris said that we should take that rap song that he made when he was in like 7th grade, and we should just make like a high quality music video for it, just like
awesome.
with us, and like preface it like. Like, this kid in middle school made this rap, and like I just rediscovered it, so now we're producing like the music video it's always deserved. And dude, the lyrics are like he's talking about like getting like a blumpkin and stuff, which if you don't know what a blumpkin is, it's when you get filleted upon when a girl gives you oral sex while you are going number 2 on the can.
Did people do that in high school?
I didn't do that in high school.
I most certainly didn't do that in high school. I don't remember that.
I don't know anyone that's ever received a so-called blumpkin. Forgot what I was gonna say. I love when I forget what I was gonna say.
It's about
that time.
It's about that time that you went scuba diving with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Bitch.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch. Classic line from Zoolander 2, which we saw advanced screening of. It was bad. It
was very bad.
Which made me sad. Because,
no surprise, this is a while ago.
Oh, yeah. We saw, was this like fucking back in February, I think. We saw an advanced screening of Zoolander 2 like a week or two.
Or like a premiere screening or something.
And it was so bad. I mean, which sucks, because I loved the first Zoolander movie. I think it's absolutely... It is a groundbreaking comedy. It is hilarious. Every time I watch Zoolander, I find myself laughing myself into a little fit.
It was only clever. Meant to exist in that time, though. I believe that style of humor is.
I think if Zoolander came out today, it wouldn't be successful.
Well, it did. It's called Zoolander 2.
Exactly. Well, no, but objectively speaking, Zoolander 2, the comedy and writing was just so much worse than Zoolander 1. Oh, it was bad.
But I feel like, same with kind of like, I don't know, Anchorman, if it came out today, I don't think it would do as well. I feel like those types of like weird oddball comedies were we discussed this with like Nacho Libre and Nacho Pacho, Vote for Pedro.
I wonder how Napoleon Dynamite would do if it came out in 2016.
Well, see, those types of indie movies are looked at as cringy now, but Napoleon Dynamite and Juno, I think, still get a pass because they were the bigger products of that time, and so now that things are basing themselves off of those, or since they are the ones that may have based their stuff off of other people, but they're the ones that got popular, those are safe, I think.
There was a Napoleon Dynamite animated show on Fox for a while. I think it only got like a 1-season run, and it wasn't. I don't even think they got like John Heater or anyone to voice. I don't think they got any of the original people to voice, but it was like, it was bad. It's just that was Napoleon Dynamite. Should be one of those things that is a one-time, like a one-hit wonder. It never needs to be remade, because I'm sure, dude, I guarantee 25, 30 years down the road, there's going to be a Napoleon Dynamite remake. Sometime in our lifetime, or even beyond our lifetime, that movie's going to get remade.
I'm more saddened by the fact that you and I won't get to see like this Oscar-worthy performance movie made about the ridiculousness of Donald Trump in this election.
Oh yeah,
because like
there's going to be a big. I don't know if it's going to be 5 years from now or if it's going to be 50
I think it's going to be after
our
lifetime. There's going to be this big biopic, and it's going to have people going, "There's no way this happened. He couldn't say that. Wait, he said that in this time and place. Oh no!" I think that was away from the mic.
No, I see the waveform of it.
Are you sure?
Well, I can assure the listeners this. They're listening to, your flatulence from the comfort of their headphones, from the comfort of their phone. I am right here on the front line. I am in the exclusion zone of Fukushima right now.
You're smelling what was confined in my anus.
In your sphincter. I'm smelling. Okay, is that actual particles from whatever that is floating through the air and going into my nose? Like how does it work? Because
I believe there has to be some sort of physical representation of what happened for you to interact with it, whether it be taste.
Yeah, because my nose, like the sensors in my nose, are picking up what came out of your ass and translating it to my brain. That smells awful. That smells like that came out of Ryan's ass, which means that some particles from your ass are in my nose and lungs.
Yeah, enjoy the pink eye. And with that. With Matt's pink eye saluting us, bye-bye. This has been another wonderful episode of the SuperMegaCast.
But we have some awesome guests lined up for the podcast that we are very excited about. Just get excited for these future episodes, because that was one of the visions of the podcast from the beginning, is we want to have more guests on. And we, maybe we got our little buddy Frank Javsey coming on soon too for a little more.
Who knows? Yeah, you'll have to wait and find out.
Maybe you'll have to keep watching and giving us ad revenue. Ha ha!
See ya, fuckers!